the Genesis Saga, the first season of Adventures in the Hills, otherwise known as Reverie of Wrath. This is a summary on the video version though. I will be doing a series on the true canonical book version later, which has some minor to some major changes, but it's still the same general story. So we begin our story around 2010, where we start off with two characters, Equinox and Zenova. At the current moment, nothing is known about them. But to put things in perspective, Equinox is the quote-unquote brother of Zenova. Zenova is a wizard that can use magic, but Equinox seems to have brute force on his side. They both crash land on a planet called Earth, with Zenova running away. When he sees that Equinox is trying to catch up to him, he immediately finds a stone and creates the Easy Button with his magic, or the Wish Orb it's called in the book. He says that it can bring back all the friends and family he had that Equinox had killed. But he isn't sure if it's worth it, as if there's some value he would have to give up to get a wish in return. But that is when Equinox comes lurking around, and eventually finds Zenova. He remarks that he defied even the gods, and Equinox wanted this power. But Zenova transports the Easy Button to the other side of the world. Saying Easy Button makes me cringe, though. Oh, thank goodness we changed it in the book. Anyway, Equinox and Zenova fight. But it ends in Equinox missing an eye, and ultimately Zenova is the one defeated. And Equinox goes in search of the Easy Button across the world. Then Zenova says he's going back in age, resetting his age to around the teens. But to do this, he has to reset most of his memory. The only thing he'll remember is speaking and how to survive, needing food, water, and shelter. Those two beings are human. They do remark about coming from an alien planet though. It then cuts to Justin, our main character. It just shows how he doesn't really fit in, especially financially. He writes about his life in a journal that he stole in hopes that it would actually contain cash. He lives in the slums with a gang controlled by Allison, the leader of the gang. After sleeping, Justin wakes up and goes to where Allison told him to go. Justin brings a shotgun just in case, to get a machine part that the gang needs. But Justin ends up running into a guy from the opposing gang. This opposite gang was run by Albert, and this was one of his lackeys. He also has a shotgun. And he takes this part that Justin needs and runs. He and Justin have a gunfight, until they both ran out of ammo. But Justin refuses to kill the guy, even though he did have an extra bullet. Justin just lets the guy go, and Justin takes the machine part. We then go to the lackey back at his base with Albert, chasing down a different guy from Allison's gang. When he catches the other guy from Allison's gang, Albert's lackey, well, we find out later his name is Donnie, can't shoot the guy. Albert finds him and gets mad. Anyone that dare challenges his gang ought to be shot in Albert's eyes. So Albert shoots the guy for Donnie while he's getting mad at Donnie at the same time. Later on, it shows Donnie and Albert looting some food, but Albert explains he isn't truly mad at Donnie, he just needs to punish him because the men in his gang are upset at the fact that Donnie just got a pass and no punishment. So Albert beats him down in front of them. Later on, Donnie walks out of the place, and Albert follows, slightly apologizing, saying that he still was the one to feed Donnie and give him shelter. But Donnie starts to notice that Albert might just be all talk. He really isn't the best person. Then, in this version of the story, it cuts to Allison telling Justin that she already has declared a gang war, and that he needs to go fight soon. Albert was already on this task of the gang war. It cuts to Justin running amidst other gunshots. He then is met with a gun to his own face, when the same guy from earlier, or Donnie, puts a gun to Justin's head. But Justin throws Donnie's gun aside, and Donnie throws his gun aside. They then have a fist fight. While they are fighting, they learn each other's names and where they came from. Donnie says he's thankful for Justin sparing him earlier and all, but still punches him to the ground. Donnie remarks that he has to do what his boss told him to. Then, another one of Albert's gang members goes up to Donnie and told Donnie that Albert has gone insane. Albert has also started killing everyone, including his own gang members. Albert shoots the guy telling Donnie this. Donnie gets Justin up, but while moving them, Albert hits Donnie down as well and starts yelling about how Donnie has disrespected everything Albert had done for him. But Donnie did not care for a murderer at this point. He got Justin up and shoved Albert down before Albert could kill Justin. Albert goes trying to shoot Donnie and Justin, but they all run out of bullets and resort to fist fighting. After Albert takes a type of steroids to buff him up, but many times stronger, Donnie and Justin work together to beat Albert. The two then decide to stay at the house that the war had taken place at. Justin said he had taken enough money for the house. And that's really where the season ends, with Albert gone and Donnie and Justin going on a new adventure. But sooner or later, they would realize the easy button that had transported to that house. That's all for this summary, and that wraps up the Genesis saga. Thank you for watching.